actually.
Okay, we are live again. We are big. Greetings, royals. Greetings to you all, royals. How are we today? I trust we're all doing great. It's an inspiration for you recap, and this is Ratie. Shalom. Okay, so we have been trying to resolve the technical issue on sound. I tried. It's still giving me the issue. All right, so we are going to continue like that. My apologies for all those that watch an inspiration for you recap on our Instagram page. Okay, so we would like to sincerely apologize. I'll keep apologizing, royals, as long as this whole issue is not yet fixed. I will have to keep apologizing. Okay, so now we are live on both the social platforms. So now, because we had already said we are going to be live on Instagram and Facebook, so there's no way I can cancel that, because I know there are also those that are on Instagram and do participate, So what I would do is I would try, like I always say, I'll try to be loud. Sorry for those that are on Facebook. I will try to be loud so that the sound on Instagram, changes a bit. Okay, let me just quickly see if I'm just trying to set up this. All right, so hope you had a beautiful week, royals. Hope you have been enjoying your week, taking charge, winning like we always do anyways, royals. Okay, we always do. All right, so we are going to be looking at the inspirations for this week. Every Friday we have an inspiration for you, so we get to share more on all the inspirations that we had for the day. For the week rather. So we are going to be looking at all those inspirations right now, and I hope you are learning so much on an inspiration for you, royal. I'm so excited about what we have been preparing, planning, what is going to come ahead. I'm excited, and you will be blessed. You will be blessed by the things that we are going to do on an inspiration for you. Okay, so let's look at, without wasting time, let's look at the inspirations for this week. So I would like us to look at Monday inspiration. How was Monday like? Once again, please, those that participate on Instagram, those that watch the recap, that watch the live later on, please, I apologize for the sound. I'm honestly trying my best to fix this thing. And the interesting thing is, whenever I am live on both social platforms, especially with my personal one, Ratie Shalom, for an inspiration for you recap, it's always giving me a funny sound. But when I'm on another platform, on Sundays with that very same mobile, sometimes it's very okay. So, you see the importance of us having to invest in technology. We have so much that we still need to do, royal. So at the moment, we are making use of what we had. What is more important is to send out the message. So that's exactly what we're doing. Please bear with us, Obviously, when you are doing these things, when you are learning on your journey, there will be some things that will be messy, and you still need to learn out of them. We'll talk about such things one day. Okay, it's part of growth. All right, so let's look at Monday. How was Monday like? Okay, so ignorance is a slow poison that leads to the killing of destinies. Never tolerate ignorance, Royal. Be open to knowledge and the light to your world. So it says ignorance is a slow poison that leads to the killing of destinies. Never tolerate ignorance, Royal. Be open to knowledge and be the light to your world. So what does ignorance do? It slowly kills. It slowly destroys. It slowly scatters. Okay, so now ignorance, let's read the inspiration quickly as we look at it. So ignorance is a slow poison. You know that, right? So let's look at the inspiration. Ignorance is a thief and a killer of lives and destinies in societies, organizations, families, companies, governments, and in nations. So we have got some challenges in our companies, in our organizations, in our, governments, in our nations, because of ignorance. In our families, some of the challenges that we are facing are as a result of ignorance, right? Jesus Christ called you the light of the world. That's an enlightening knowledge there, right? It says Jesus Christ called you the light of the world, the salt of the earth. Therefore, you are to be fully equipped and be a contributor to the building of societies, right? Don't be ignorant, okay? It says Jesus Christ called you the light of the world, the salt of the earth. Therefore, you are to be, Jesus Christ called you the light of the world. Excuse me, please, can you, sorry about that. Jesus Christ called you the light of the world, the salt of the earth. Therefore, you are to be fully equipped and be a contributor to the building of societies. Don't be ignorant. Okay, so that's an enlightenment there, that you are the light and you are the salt of the earth. Make up your mind to be open to information that can change you and others. Okay, so you need to make up your mind to be open to information that can change you and change others. Don't let souls of others get destroyed in your presence or be forced into slavery, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, or emotionally. Light your world. So how do you light your world? You light your world by acquiring knowledge. By acquiring knowledge, right? By acquiring knowledge. So that means that's acquiring knowledge, yes, rather. Acquiring knowledge. So you acquire knowledge, right? You learn, you enlighten yourself, you get information, you get the right insight regards to your society, your organization, your family, your company, your government, and your nation, so that you can be able to bring in light to others as well. It says don't be ignorant. So you need to make up your mind to be open to information. You have to open up your mind to be, you have to make up your mind rather to be open to information. Like, do you know there are people who don't like to invest in knowledge? There are people who don't like to study. There are people who don't like to read. There are people who don't like to even learn, But then there's no way you can know that you are the light if you don't read about it. If you don't open your Bible, for example, and see where does it say you are the light. You are the salt of the earth. When you are the salt of the earth, that means you give taste to the lives of others. So Don't be that kind of person who just want to live their lives anyhow. Like you just live for yourself. You live for you, me, myself, and I. Everything is me, myself, and I. You need to, to open up yourself, because there's so much inside of you. There's so much gifts inside of you, and those gifts are not just for you alone. They are also for others. And when God gives you an opportunity to be enlightened, he has other people in mind. He did that with Moses. He did that with Abraham. He did that with Jesus. He did that with many great men and women of God in the Bible. When he was right on their neck, it was not just because of their destinies. It was not just because of them, but it was also for others. So you need to open up your mind to knowledge, to information that can change you and change others as well, right? So there are people who are into slavery mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and you are right where you are. You don't even know that you have a gift. For example, a gift to counsel somebody. For example, a gift to minister to somebody. For example, a gift to give to somebody. So the only way you can know that is when you acquire knowledge, you learn, you invest in yourself, and you get to know your purpose, you know who you are, so that you can help other people. There are people who are going through a lot outside, Now, arise from ignorance, Royal. Don't be occupied by personal challenges to a point that you can't see what is in front of you. Okay, you may not change the whole world in one day, but you can change you and the person next to you by acquiring knowledge and sharing it, right? Refuse to be ignorant. So you can acquire knowledge and share it to others, okay? So you can acquire knowledge and share it to others. And then it says, refuse to be ignorant. That was the hashtag. Arise from ignorance. Don't be occupied by personal challenges. We can be occupied by our own personal challenges to an extent whereby we don't care about other people. We don't see other people's needs. We don't see other people's challenges. All we care about is us. We just want to be better. We just want to be ourselves, But when God created you, he had other people in mind. So it takes so much of the grace to know that you have so much gifts inside of you. So we all have many gifts, and those gifts are not just for you alone, they are for others. So be open to information. Acquire so much knowledge, the knowledge that you will learn for yourself and have other people in mind as well. Okay, so that was on Monday, Royals. So you see that everything on an inspiration for you is all about the development. God is concerned about our development. I always tell you this. God is concerned about you growing, because how can you lead a nation without knowledge? How can you lead people without knowledge? How can you lead a society, a community, a family, an organization, a company, a business without information? You will definitely collapse. So you need to acquire knowledge. Acquire knowledge for your business. Acquire knowledge for your organization. Acquire knowledge for your position. Acquire knowledge for your family, so that you can run your family as a better man of the house or woman of the house, So we need to acquire knowledge to better ourselves. Okay. Royal, there's no one, this is on Tuesday, it says there's no one who can run the vision that God gave you better than you. And there's no one who will push you to your calling. It's time to occupy your office and function as the one who is sent by God, unless you're not sure. Unless you're not sure about it. Okay? So there's no one who's going to run. I loved this. It really touched me. So there's no one who can run the vision that God gave you better than you. So if God gives you a vision, if God has given you a vision, He expects you to run it Because you are the only person who can run it better, because you understand and you hear the voice of God very loud and clear. Another person cannot come and tell you about the vision that God gave you. Look at what happened to Samuel. How many times did he call Samuel? Samuel, Samuel, Samuel. Samuel was sleeping. He heard a voice. He slept again. Samuel, Samuel, Samuel. It took time for him to hear the voice of God. But when he heard it, he knew that was, he now said, I'm here, Lord. Talk to me. You see. So, if you would have, because remember he went to was it the master or I don't remember. He went to yes, the master said, you are calling me. He said, no, I'm not calling, go and sleep again and hear. So that means another person cannot hear God better than you regards to your vision. So you cannot say you want somebody to hear on your behalf. You cannot say I want somebody to receive my vision on my behalf. You receive the vision and you have to listen to the voice of God yourself. And whatever that he instructs you to do, he expects you to do it. Because he was telling you. He didn't call you as a team. He didn't say, call 2 people, come and sit here, I want to give you a vision, I'm talking to you. He spoke to you directly. Concerning your business, concerning your company, concerning your ministry, whatever it is, you call it, concerning your purpose. When God gives you a vision, he expects you to run it better. Because you are the one who understands what he asked you to do. Okay, so now listen to this. It says, if you are waiting for an approval to enter into an office that is yours, then you will have to wait forever. Because there's no one who is going to approve you. Instead, that office will be occupied by someone else to run their own vision, not the one that God gave you. Okay, so if you are waiting, Royal, maybe you're watching me, you're like, no, I've been waiting for an approval. This inspiration also spoke to me, I was really touched by the inspiration. It says, if you are waiting for an approval to enter into an office that is yours, then you will have to wait forever, because nobody's going to call you. Do you know what is going to happen? Imagine God gave you an office, right? Let's say this building, like, okay, this one is my office. It's where I am now. So it's my office. One day I'm going to tell you that this is where we started, right? This is my office, isn't it? There's my name on it. God said, Ratie, this is your vision. This is the vision that I'm giving you. I want you to run it this way. This is what you are going to do. And there I am. I'm standing by the side of the door there. I'm waiting for somebody that I don't even know, whether you should to come from wherever, to come and tell me that this is my office. I must use it. Let's say this whole office has got all the furniture, everything, and it's mine. God said it's yours. The door is open, but I'm waiting for somebody to come and tell me I must enter into my office and use the office. Do you understand? And then he says, wait there, you have to wait forever, because nobody's going to come and tell you, this is your office. You know what they're going to do? Oh, excuse me, Ratie, can I enter? Then they're like, oh yeah, you can. They will come and sit in your office. And you know what they will do? They will shift your things on the side. Your books, whatever that was yours, your vision, they'll shift it on the side and make use of the space and the furniture. Why? Because you're not taking your office. They will use it for their own vision, because they know what God called them they know what they want to do. Even if it's not for God, there are people who have got so many visions that were not even, like, some that didn't even come from God. They're personal visions, and they're doing them, So what does that mean? Because God has called you, says, if you are waiting for an approval to enter into an office that is yours, then you will have to wait forever, because there's no one who is going to approve you. Instead, that office will be occupied by someone else to run their own vision, not the one that God gave you. So they will put yours on the side and make use of your own space to run their own vision. How painful that is. It's painful. Occupy your office. Unless you didn't hear from God. Maybe you've got doubts. And then in that case, I understand. Maybe you're like, I don't know if I heard God. I don't know this. Then it's fine. Just stay there. You stay there forever. If the vision that is on your table was planted by God in you, then it can never fail. That is a faith lifting word there. If the vision that you have was planted by God in you, then that vision can never fail. Okay? Take away that doubt and begin to do your work. Occupy. Take away that doubt and begin to do your work. A project that you start with God and end it again with God is enjoyable and peaceful. You don't need to worry about the results. You are guaranteed to succeed. Take your place. That's the hashtag. Get into your office. Pull out your chair and start working. God will hold you accountable for that vision if you don't fulfill your purpose. So whatever it is that God asked you to do, the vision that he gave you, the purpose that he showed you, if you don't do anything about it, you will be held accountable for that. You will pay for it. He has his own way of doing so, right? So when I read this inspiration, I had to take an action. Even it spoke to me as a person, it spoke to me. That's one thing that I love about an inspiration for you. It doesn't choose. It doesn't say, I write it because you wrote, I care about you, I'll forgive you. An inspiration for you just hits even you, the one who is writing it. Like I always tell you that I am the consumer of an inspiration for you. I'm the first beneficiary of an inspiration for you. I know one of the things that I had to do, I had to go out and start talking to people, doing what I have to do, and it worked. I saw the results. The results were amazing. People are so excited. I have so many people that I spoke to about an inspiration for you, development programs that we're going to do. They are very excited. So the work is starting. And then others, I was telling them about the fellowship. They're excited. So that means if we don't do what we are supposed to do, nobody's gonna help us. So the whole point of the Tuesday inspiration is that don't wait for an approval. Just start. Okay, just start. So let's look at the one for the Wednesday. Expansion occurs. So now we are on Wednesday. We are about to round up. Expansion occurs when an action or movement is taken with an intention to grow royal. Expansion occurs. What does it mean when you say it occurs? It begins to take place. When an action or movement is taken with an intention to grow, it's time to spread the wings of abilities that God gave you and expand them to nations starting from where you are. You see, the inspirations for this week were all about, enforcing us to start working. We have to start working. Whether you have the physical office or you don't, whether you have the place or you don't, whether you have resources or you don't, you must start working. The rest of the things that will come on your way. That's one thing that I began to do, And others are asking, oh, do we have this? Where do we meet? I'm like, okay, we are sorting that out, So expansion occurs when an action or movement is taken with an intention to grow. It's time to spread the wings of abilities that God gave you and expand them to nations, starting from where you are. Right? So let's read it. Changing nations starts by you making up your mind to change you and the person next to you. You have to start now. Okay, every successful global vision you see today started in a small community somewhere. It then spread to a city, to a nation, and to nations. Expand. So that's the hashtag says we must expand. So you start with the person next to you. You can't say, me, I'm gonna reach the whole nation. Which nation are you going to reach if you have never reached your neighbor? This reminds me of what when I'm going to work. Every time there's a particular lady that I meet almost every single day. Like we same time, like we pass each other, and I haven't been talking to her. She hasn't been talking to me. We'll be passing each other every now and then. And then when the inspiration hit me, I said, oh God, forgive me. So the Spirit of God said, this whole you, with everything that you have, you're just going to keep quiet and watch people pass you by. You don't say anything. I was like, God, how do I start? And then the day before yesterday, I'm like, how are you? Like, I'm fine. I'm like, you know what? God said, this is not right. Like, how can we pass each other every single day and we don't talk? No. I apologize for that. And then I said to her, how are you? Oh, my name is Ratie. And I'm good. This and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. So since that day, like yesterday we met so that we greeted. Oh, yesterday I didn't see her. Today we met. She was excited. She removed her earphones when she was too far. Like as in, oh, there she is. Then we greeted each other. And then I spoke to her about an inspiration for you, about the fellowship. And then we exchanged numbers. She was so happy, excited. Oh, this is so interesting. And God said, that is it. Is that difficult? I'm like, yeah, it's not though. So this is it. The expansion that is in your now, where were we? We're talking about how you need to change. You have to start from where you are. You start from the person that you are with. You cannot expect to change nations when you haven't changed your neighbor. So it starts with you changing the person next to you, your family member, if they want to respond. This when it comes to family members, not everybody that really will listen to you, will accept what you have, just like what they did to Jesus. Jesus was with the family, but they didn't even see the gifts that he had. It was only when he was ascending, they saw that, this person was very serious like this and he's going. He left there. You see, so when it comes to family, not that we need to, obviously we do our part, you talk to your family members, you impact them, you do everything, and then you move on. But you start from your closest people, then you go out to your neighbors, your community, and so forth, right? We have to start somewhere. The expansion that is in your mind will only begin to manifest when you take an action or make that move as led by the Spirit, okay? So there's that expansion in your mind. There's something that you want to do in your mind, what you want to change in your mind, right? For it to manifest, you have to take an action. Expand the abilities and the gifts that are in you. Expand the abilities and the gifts that are in you. Let others benefit from what God gave you. The world is waiting specifically for you. So make that move today and take that action now. Now, Royal. Expand in all the areas of your life, not just for you to enjoy, but also for others to benefit from your blessings. So all the gifts that we have, the abilities that we have, the strength, even your blessings financially, whatever, everything that we have, let it also benefit other people. Let's not be selfish with the grace. Let's not be selfish with the anointing. Let's not be selfish with what we have, with the knowledge that we acquire. Imagine you have sleepless nights. The whole night you are reading, studying, meditating, doing all sorts of things. What are you doing? Whom are you doing all those things for? Is it for yourself? Because you blast. You explode. Why? Because those things will be too much on you. You need to offload. So where are you going to offload if you don't talk to others? So whatever that we're doing, we are learning, acquiring knowledge, praying, fasting, investing, doing everything. Just remember, God has other people in mind through you. Okay? So make use of your gifts, Royal. Whatever it is that you want, whether it's your business, whatever it is, the vision that you have, your purpose, whatever you are passionate about, make sure you share with others so that they can benefit from your blessings. All right, so now we're on Thursday. You can't reverse the time that has been wasted, but you can manage and use the one that you have now. So from all these inspirations for this week, can you see now? It's telling us you can't reverse the time that has been wasted, but you can manage and use the one that you have now. Make use of every second of your life to make impact and to be productive in all that you do. Okay? So make impact. Don't waste time. Talk to somebody about Jesus Christ. Talk to somebody about your business, market. Go and talk to people about your products. Okay? Talk to somebody about what you sell. Don't waste time. They say, I'll try tomorrow. Hey, you know, people that are difficult to approach, you know, people are not difficult to approach. I'm telling you, they are not difficult to approach when you have the Spirit of God in you. That is why it is important for you to pray. To pray and prepare your mind and your spirit, so that when you go out to approach people, they respond. I remember one guy that I spoke to, he said, I have been wanting this thing. And these are the things that I want. And I'm like, God. And then God was like, hey, that's me. I'm like that. So you don't, if you're making things too difficult, if you keep quiet. So talk to people. Royal, think of the time you waste or have wasted by either procrastinating or complaining at all times, moving up and down, doing nothing the whole day. We have people like that, you know. People who move up and down the whole day doing nothing. Or just sitting and watching those who are at least doing something, while you on the other hand are the judge of their efforts. Do you know that people who spend the whole day moving around doing nothing at all, like moving around doing nothing, and then there are those who sit the whole day like this, looking at others, what they're doing, the progress that they're making. They don't know what decisions. Look at the mistake that she's making. It's either on social platforms or wherever people are ever busy scrolling, doing all sorts of things, checking people, correcting them in their mind, but they can't tell them. They'll correct them. She didn't dress nicely, she didn't speak nicely, she made grammar there, she made errors there. And while you are busy talking about them, they are, at least they are learning, putting on the whole effort. Time is a special gift from God, and it waits for no one at all. So use it wisely. You can't reverse the time that you have wasted so far, but you can make use of the one that you have now. Use time. Use your time, royals. Use the time that God gave you. Okay? Don't waste the time. The one that you have wasted already is enough. But what I like is that God said, I will restore all that which the conqueror had eaten. So do you know what? If you want your time to be restored, start now. Start using your time now. Use your time to do the right things. Use your time to invest in yourself. Use your time to study. Use your time to learn. Use your time to pray. Use your time to go and look for a job. Use your time to do marketing. Use your time to win souls. Use your time to talk to people. Use your time to do research. Use your time to, to do something. Okay? And then he says, you can't say I have plenty of time to do nothing. Like, really? Who has plenty of time to do nothing? There are so many productive things you can do for God, for yourself, and for others. If it's for God, you win souls. You go and preach the gospel to others. You service, you do something. Then if it's for yourself, you invest in yourself, you grow yourself, you study, And if it's for others, you bless others. Bless them with information, material blessings, with your presence, with your grace, and so forth. Time is a gift. Time is precious. Time is irreversible. Yes, it is not. It's irreversible. Time is a currency. Time buys. It's a currency. Manage your time to avoid unnecessary regret later. Make your every second breath count. Okay? Make your every second breath count. And when I'm reading this part, I'm remembering of the project that God gave me from another person. It's a woman. And I have been in contact with this lady for a very long time, and I've been dodging the assignment. I tell you, I've been running away from, because I feel like, God, am I the one who can resolve this whole issue that she has? And, and God told me, if you don't do anything, this person is going to be on your way. On your way. She'll keep on saying, Ratie, she'll be telling you her problems. And I'm like, oh God, we need a solution. I began to pray and say, God, give me strength and guidance and wisdom to help her. So, such things, we don't need to waste time. It says, time Time is a gift, time is precious, time is irreversible, time is a currency. Manage your time to avoid unnecessary regret later. Make your every second breath count. So what if, God forbid, you don't do what God tells you to do for a particular person, and tomorrow you hear, this person, this happened, you're like, God, but you gave me an assignment. So you see, we don't want regrets later. We have to do what needs to be done to help others, to help ourselves, and to help our businesses, our families, and so forth. So those are the inspirations for this week. Now we are on Friday, last one, and it's Gratitude Friday. Gratitude opens your heart and mind for more blessings. Royal, it attracts favor. So now we are on Gratitude Friday, like, the power of gratitude. We are learning about the power. So Fridays, as Gratitude Friday, we learn about the power of gratitude. And the inspiration says, gratitude opens your heart and mind for more blessings. It opens your heart and mind for more blessings. It attracts favor and causes men to see the goodness of God in you. Be grateful. I'm a witness of this, of that people will see the goodness of God in you. And I was telling my daughter, throughout this whole week, we have been just favored, I remember the other day, we're at the mall, we're doing like some, a few things that we're doing. And when we're about to get, a transport to drop us home, I met one of our colleagues who's like, why are you guys going to? I'm like, no, we want to, request for a car. We want to go home. I said, come, I'll take you home, And I'm like, oh, okay. While with that, another one was like, oh, what's going on? You want to help? You need help? People were just seeing, we're just wanting to help, wanting to be part of whatever that we're doing. And I remember one guy yesterday said to me, you know what? I think your heart is pure. I think your heart is clean. I think you are happy. Like, because you are just attracting, people to just want to help. I was like, oh. And the Holy Spirit reminded me, said, yeah, it's true. It's because your heart is open. I'm like, oh, thank you, Holy Spirit. So I actually observed all these small things and I was like, oh God, I thank you. So today's blessing is a test for your tomorrow's blessings. It's the little things you take for granted that are wrapped with many more blessings. So we need to learn to be grateful, no matter how small it is. Your gratitude to your Heavenly Father opens up your heart and mind for more prepared blessings. It attracts favor and causes men to see the goodness of God in you always. Not only will they see, but they will also want to partake on the grace upon you by either being part of what you do or by helping you whenever you are in need of help. Be grateful to God for honor, favor, grace, and all the blessings you receive throughout. The more grateful you are, the more open doors you receive. It's Gratitude Friday. What are you grateful to God for this week? Count your blessings. When you are grateful to God, your mind is open, your heart is open, and you will see people who just who just love you, who just like you. People who just want to be part of your life. People who just want to help you. Have you ever carried your things, your bag, and then maybe you're about to go down to carry something, like, oh, can I help you? If you have ever experienced that. That's how God brings people in your life, in every area of your life, big business, whatever. When you're about to carry something, whether it's a project or it's a task, God will bring hands and say, oh, can I help you? You'll find people wanting to be part of your success, people wanting to be part of your projects, people wanting to be part of your grace, wanting to be part of your favor, wanting to be part of your life. Why? Because they see the goodness of God in you. You know what gratitude does? It cleans your heart. It opens your heart. It opens your mind. It attracts more blessings. It grows you. It matures you to more blessings. So we have to learn to be grateful to God at all times, real. So be grateful to God. Stop complaining, murmuring, crying, looking at the things that you don't have and so forth. Start being grateful to God. All right. I also had to learn it. When I learned it, I began to do it. I saw a change in my life. And I am also a product of gratitude. I don't know what I would have been without being grateful to God. So learn to be grateful to God. Royals. Okay, so that is all for today. Those are all the inspirations for this week. I know I might have taken a little bit more time, but there's a reason why we had to, elaborate all those things. Okay, so these are the inspirations for this week. I hope you learned so much from these inspirations. Like I always tell you, you can never get used to an inspiration for you. Every day comes with another dimension. That alone tells you that God is God of many colors, of many gifts, of many things. So stay connected with us for more inspirations. We share them every single day on these platforms, and every Friday we come up here for an inspiration for you recap. Woo! We are so excited for what we're going to do on we're excited about all the things that we're going to do on an inspiration for you, from the personal development programs, the appreciations, the testimonies, and all other things that we're going to be doing here on this platform. You will love them. Okay, so very soon we are going to be on site, holding some programs and so forth. So we are super excited about all the things that God is doing to us through an inspiration for you. Okay, so that is all for today. Kindly go to our YouTube channel at Fountain Insights TV. We have all our videos there from another platform, Fountain Insights Church, and also an inspiration for you. So we have all the videos there. You will be blessed. Okay, you will be blessed. So that is all for today. This is Ratie. Shalom. I love you all so dearly. Enjoy your weekend. Go and have fun the right way, the godly way. You know what I mean. Okay, so go and enjoy your love. Put a smile on your face. God loves you. Just live like a royal that you are. Live like a royal that you are. All right, so I have to go. My time is up. That is all for today. I love you all so dearly. God bless you. This is Ratie. Shalom once again, and you are here for an inspiration for you recap. You know how we do it. God bless you. See you again next Friday. Let's log off.